And did I mention it runs? Formula One is the pinnacle of open wheel motorsport. The technical knowledge and expertise needed to keep these cars on the road at 200 miles an hour is immense. The drivers, prime athletes, superstars and celebrities in their own right. Brave, fearless, carrying the weight of nations' expectations on their shoulders. But before drivers, designers and technicians can sit at the top table, they have to make their way through the lower ranks, so to speak. And unlike F1, the cars from these lower divisions don't often get saved. Some are still out there, but more often than not they're taken apart, tucked in a cupboard, scrapped, or even given to colleges or universities for projects, let alone end up on display in a museum. Now it just so happens one of those cars has been saved. A car with a very special driver. The driver of that car was himself inspired by one of the greatest drivers of all time. And he himself went on to become, and still is, one of the greatest drivers of all time.
Lewis Hamilton enforcing way through from the second row of the grid. It's the lead now for Rosberg. Hamilton manages to stay ahead. Gap between Hamilton and Verstappen going down all the time. But Hamilton wins the Monaco Grand Prix.
And the driver? Well, that's Lewis Hamilton. Sir Lewis Hamilton, MBE. 7 times Formula One World Champion. And the car? Well, that's Lewis's 2003 Tartus Formula Renault Championship winning car. It gets onto a top speed of 150 miles an hour. Now, compared with a modern Formula One car, it's significantly shorter and lighter. With the Manor Motorsport team, it propelled Lewis to 10 wins and 7 poles from 15 races, making him the Formula Renault champion in only his 2nd full season. And we all know what heights Lewis went on to scale after his early days in karting and Formula Renault. The car has been lovingly restored by Alex Thornton and Nick Edginton, and it's here at Haynes Motor Museum on temporary display. Now we're joined by Nick. Nick's going to give us some technical specifications about the car.
So the car has a Renault engine. It develops about 210 brake horsepower, weighs about 460 kilos, and does 0 to 100 in about 4.6 seconds. And it weighs a little heavier than the original Fiat 500, and probably a bit like a Tiger, weight of a Tiger.
It took them over 3 years with parts from Manor Motorsport and from around the world. And did I mention, it runs. So Lewis, if you're watching, please can you give the museum or Nick a call, please? We'd love to reunite you with your car before you head to Ferrari.